The HAL, unfortunately, I mean, when it started, it was on a different outlook. That at that point in time, doing something for the nation was the larger picture. It started off that, and at that point in time, unlike a lot of things in the past, there was a lot of strategic vision. Incidentally, I mean, the LCA itself was conceived in the 60s, late 60s. By the time we had just got the MiG-21s at that point in time. The LCA was conceived then as a replacement, an indigenous replacement. So the vision was there. But the challenge has been that we've always been, in terms of, we were not in a good wicket at that point in time economically. So we didn't have enough funds, money, not enough technology. So you had to depend on external technology. And the point was at that time in 70s when we did the nuclear explosion and suddenly we were again on, so we are not new to tariffs and sanctions. So we have faced that in the past. But again, so technology was not made available to us at this point in time. And it takes an enormous amount of funding and development and research to build up niche technologies. You know, you have to have a strong science base, develop it into, invest in the academia so much more. So that I think wasn't done in the past. And somewhere down the line, I think the very bureaucratic, what should I say, a governmental job approach crept into the whole organization. It was just another job. Air Force would get aircraft in the last quarter. The entire year's orders, which were supposed to be spaced up, were all left towards the end in the last quarter, and they would produce the aircraft because now they would get bonuses for working overtime to produce the aircraft which was supposed to have come through the year, which comes in the last 3 months of the annual financial year. So there are a whole lot of stuff like that, and some of it is not very exciting because I myself am ejected from an aeroplane which had just come out, flown 4 sorties after coming out of HAL's major servicing, and the engine just disintegrated. So I have very fond memories of HAL, but the Indian Air Force, I think, has taken an enormous leap of faith in giving them the Tejas order and adding on to the Tejas order. So there is a hope, there is a change. Today the government is seized of this sloth in HAL and the defense public sector undertaking, and there is going to be more oversight. But the point here I'm just trying to make is that unless and until an organization and institution of that caliber, which seeks to be in the, what should I say, in the top echelon in the world, unless you take pride on the fact that you want to produce quality products and be the best in the world for India. I mean, Air Force is his biggest customer. So if you can't keep your biggest customer happy, you need to get on a mission mode. And I think till that happens, it'll take some time, but I think we'll get there. We last used air power offensively in the manner that we did in Sindoor in 1971. Full-fledged. That was more than 50 years ago. Last was Kargil, 25 years ago. After that, there was a long break. So it came as a sort of a surprise to people that this is what air power could achieve. Yes, but also this must not be taken as a lesson for what conflicts and warfare is going to be like in the future. This is for a very short duration. It had its own challenges and dynamics. This is not war. War is much more debilitating, it's more brutal, it's the worst of everything. And the challenge here is that today, whether you want to choose to keep it confined to a conflict or a war doesn't necessarily depend on you. A lot depends on the adversary. This time it worked for us because we hit the adversary hard enough for them to come looking for a ceasefire. It may not happen so. Moment you get into what is called the mission creep, the war continues for longer than you expected, shifting national goalposts. So I think there we also have one brilliant thing which happened this time is that the political leadership was absolutely clear on the objectives. How much ever people may say otherwise. And that's why we chose to end it at the moment they call for a ceasefire.